This video contains an ad for Squarespace. Shut up, I get it, everyone! Today I have a super fun challenge, because usually I build these very large dioramas, but today we're going small, we're going tiny. So what I'm planning to do is to try to build a super cute little diorama inside a pretty basic lantern. So let's go down to the workshop. But first of all, I had to try to take this thing apart. There's a cracking noise. I'm not really a fan of this gray color, so I'm probably just gonna paint it later with some kind of gunmetal-ish color. I think I'm just gonna begin with cutting away this ring on top of here so we have a flat surface to work on. I quickly just brushed over these with some silver acrylic paint just to get that like metallic effect. And now I thought I could start working on the largest piece that is going inside here, which is going to be a tree. So my plan is really just to try to make the perfect like corner shaped tree and then take it out and bake it in the oven afterwards, obviously, as you have to do with polymer clay. That should be no problem at all, I think. But yeah, let's just begin with the armature. So while the tree is cooking in the oven, I thought I could start working on some of the other things, and I'm going to make a couple of crystals. First of all, I'm going to make the crystals out of clay and cook those as well. So let's make some crystals. This is a vacuum former and I've only tested it once, but I thought it could be kind of cool to try to make a vacuum form mold thing out of the crystals and then cast them in epoxy. Good to go. Okay. My problem now, I guess, is that I have to make these stand upright. If they stand the wrong way or sideways, then we'll have overhang and the plastic won't be able to wrap around it. It will be able to, but we won't get these out. I'm basically gonna take this thing and glue my pieces on here with hot glue. You're probably not supposed to do that, I know, but I just don't see any other way to make them stand upright. This feels very, very much illegal to do. I have no idea if this will work. Like that? Alright, this is the moment of truth, whether or not you should do this at home. The plastic sheet is grabbed between these two. I'm just waiting for the heater. Now, let's put this in. Well, is this gonna be interesting? Let's go. We got them all out. We got a perfect shape. How about that? I actually didn't think this will work, but we have a shape. Let's put some epoxy in it. Morning everyone! I know what we can do next, and this, guys, is magic. It's polymer clay, but it's not just polymer clay, it's translucent polymer clay. And you know what that means? We can put LEDs in it! Woo! Now, I am a huge Studio Ghibli fan, and recently I've just had this obsession over Princess Mononoke and that whole universe. And if you've seen it, you probably know where I'm going with this. But what I'm gonna do is basically to create those super cute little tree forest creatures and put them on this branch with translucent polymer clay and LEDs so they glow, and it's gonna be so adorable! Hopefully, if I don't butcher it. So let's test this clay out, shall we? So I just got this out of the oven. I just simply covered up all the little wires and stuff with some more clay. But while I was upstairs, I also noticed that it's not raining for the first time in a couple of days. So we gotta go outside and get some materials for this build. I'm just gonna go down into the garden and try to find some tiny flowers and stuff, because I really just want to try to preserve some real life vegetation, some flowers that I can actually put on the diorama. I've never done it before, but I bought this thing that I'm gonna show you afterwards that is supposedly meant to preserve real life things. And there's so many pretty flowers in the garden right now, and I'm gonna find some proper fitting flowers. I mean, look at this. Just all the flowers. And I really want to take one of these things. Look how pretty! Ah, the color is beautiful. Couple of these things. Let's try with these for now. So this is the Natural Leaves and Plants Neutral Protection. And it says on the back here that it's supposed to keep the color and everything on the plant as long as you soak it for 24 hours and then dry it. You have to submerge the whole plant. Oh, Clyde. These are the flowers we're preserving in here. So let's just put this in this and this and this. And magic. Pour the liquid. Submerge. Next. Good night, plant. Now, before we move on to the next step, and as promised from the beginning of this video, here's an ad for Squarespace. You've heard me talk about them before. They're the all-in-one platform to run your business and build your online presence. I, for example, made my art portfolio using Squarespace, and what I really liked was how easy it was to set up. You just pick a template, tweak it to your liking, and start uploading pictures. Making the pictures actually look good on your site was also super easy because of their image box feature, which automatically scales and fits the images perfectly to your site. And if you're making a portfolio, for example, you can make password protected pages to share private work with clients, and also make really pretty customizable galleries to really show off your work. And if you're selling, say, art prints or any other type of product, they don't have any limits on how many products you can sell. So check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/nerdforge to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And back to the project. The epoxy has cured, and now I'm really curious to see whether or not we get to release this easily or not. Okay. Come on. I swear to God, I don't want to see one comment about mold release.
I know it exists.
You know what? I'll see you soon.
One eternity later.
Now we just got 10 more to go. Well, I got 5 of them out at least. I give up. Like, these ones, farewell. I'm not dealing with you. I think this will suffice though, because we don't have much space anyway. So unless you have mold release, don't do this. But now that we have these pretty little crystals, let's put some stuff together, shall we? Sorry for the interruption, but I decided not to address the electronics because they're super simple. But you can find the schematic in the description if you want to have a look, as well as a list of all the tools and materials I used in this video. And continue. I've been thinking a little bit about how to create leaves for this tree, because in the past I've used moss, but the thing is, no matter how much glue I put on it, little bits and pieces keeps falling off and it's really annoying. But I think I've come up with something that might actually work. I don't know why I haven't thought about this before, but the plastic plants on IKEA is like this, for example, is super small scale. Same with this. Can be used for branches, can be used for bushes, can be used for leaves, whatever you want. They even got this tiny ass terrarium thing that I'm gonna steal ferns from. Like, it's less than half the price of like specifically made diorama things, and they look just as good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off little bits and pieces of all these things and make a Franken landscape thing from this. And also I'll have a bunch left over for more projects. So let's start chopping. Oh, and before we start chopping, a quick update on the little plant things I tried to preserve. It's very sad. It kept its color, but it's very sad. And this one, also very sad. The things that did work were these things. They look good. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. Maybe, maybe not. Not very successful. Now we can start chopping. I think this is the smallest diorama I've ever made, which was surprisingly enough more challenging than making a big one. And I don't know, I like the composition here with the colors and the different materials and the lights. So we are currently at 640 patrons and YouTube members, which just blows my mind. And I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting the channel, because you guys make it possible for us to create these projects and the videos we do, as well as doing live streams and making exclusive video series, which you do get access to if you're a patron or YouTube member. So if you want to check that out, then become a part of the community. I think it's a really just wholesome, nice community, and I want to thank you guys for just being part of it. Now let's have a look at the final results.